World's Finest number 17, written by Paul Levitz, art by R.B. Silva and Scott McDaniel. So, past few issues, Power Girl's powers have been on the fritz, and then last issue we got introduced to a villain whose whole thing is burning down fashion shows, and she also has shadow powers. So we open up in a tattoo parlor where Power Girl is trying to get a tattoo because she's like, hey, if I'm vulnerable, may as well give it a shot. But as the tattoo artist goes to put the needle to her skin, it just snaps. And Helen is there like, yeah, this is to be expected. You're not going to get a tattoo. And the guy's like, I don't understand how this happened. I'll get another needle. And Power Girl's like, don't worry about it. We're going to go leave now anyway. And we see that Helena actually has her own tattoo of a cat and a bat because, of course. And so they leave the tattoo parlor and they basically say, okay, do you know what's going on with your powers, Power Girl? And she's just like, I mean, sometimes I'm able to bleed. Sometimes I'm completely invulnerable. I don't know. Something's weird, but I think I'm going to go sunbathing to fix it. And we see that she has basically chartered one of those like billionaire go up into space rides. So she goes up, she's in the suit and all that, and she gets up and they say, all right, well, you can take a look around. It's a once in a lifetime experience. And she's like, I mean, I don't think that's true for me. And she looks like she's about to put on her helmet, but then she starts taking off her spacesuit. And the astronaut that's there, like piloting the place, is like, I don't know if you think we're going to join the 22-mile high club, but that's not going to happen. And she's like, oh, you wish that's what we were doing. But no, she gets into her Power Girl outfit and she's like, when you get back down to Earth, you're going to be finding a big bonus and an NDA to sign so that you'll never speak of this again. But I just need to go on a little spacewalk. So she gets out of the spaceship, is fully hit by the sun's rays, and she's like, yeah, this feels good. So back down on Earth, Huntress is looking through some subway footage to find the woman that was setting fire to the fashion shows and specifically get a picture of her tattoos, which she then shops around to a bunch of different tattoo shops around the city, but nothing's coming up. She's not able to find anything. So instead she's like, okay, well, I think that there is no sort of like fashion show or anything going on, but there is a party where a bunch of fashion people would be going to. So that might be where she hits next. And then like immediately the building goes up in flames. She's like, all right, well, time to go find her. So she jumps down, she goes into the flames. She's like, all right, there's no way exit here. There's no exit there. It's got to be over here. And she starts chasing her down this bridge where the woman is just on a bike, just a normal ass bicycle. And she's just like, dum-da-dum. And Huntress goes in, starts attacking her. And again, I don't have a name for her. She never gives her name. But regardless, this tattoo lady is like, oh, are you just everywhere in this city? And she's like, I'm everywhere you're gonna be. So give yourself up, you crazy shadow lady. So they start fighting for a minute. We see Karen up in space getting hit with solar energy. She's like, okay, this is starting to sting a little bit, actually. I might have too much energy. And so she starts plummeting down to Earth. And she's like, all right, I have to aim. I gotta be at least close to where Helena is. That's very important. So she's using her supervision to see down to Earth. Meanwhile, the shadow woman is leaping off of bridges. She uses her shadow magic to not only attack some nearby people, but also cushion her landing. Some cops see what's happening. They get out of the car and start to attack. And he's just like, oh, you think you can defend this city that defends false beauty? I know what real beauty is. And she uses her shadow magic to attack the cops. And as she has one of the cops down at I want to say knife point, but it's all shadows, so shadow point. Helena uses her arrows to break the shadow, and she's like, oh, you got some real image issues. So at that point, they're about to start arguing again, and then they look up in the sky and see this fireball just descending towards them. And immediately Helena's like, oh God, it's Karen. What in the hell's going on? So Karen lands in the bay nearby. Helena's like, all right, she's more important than just finding the shadow lady. I gotta go help her. So she dives into the water and goes over to where the water's bubbling up with heat. And as she makes her way closer, Karen pops up and says, stay back. I'm out of control. And it seems that she's glowing and has too much excess energy. So whatever's going to happen with that. I really want a name for this villain. I don't understand why we've gone so long here where it's just like, ah, yes, random lady who's never even bothered to say her name. And like, it looks like the decided name here at the end is the Tattooed Lady, because I'm just looking ahead in the next issue real quick, but like, just say that. At any given point, just say like, and we're calling her the Tattooed Lady now. Like, it can just be a colloquial thing. You don't have to make it a thing where it's like she announces herself as, I am the Tattooed Lady. So yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating to me just because recounting it is very difficult. Beyond that, it's kind of what I expect from the series so far. Everything feels very episodic while not actually like doing much with the plot. Like, okay, her powers are on the fritz, and we've been doing that for like 3 issues, but now her powers are on the fritz in the opposite way, where, oh no, she can't control her powers and she's too strong. Like, okay, yeah, do what you got to do here. Overall, this is probably like I want to say like a 5.5. It doesn't make me excited to read this book, and it hasn't for any period of time, but like, I'm not dreading it either. It's such a fast read. It's so fast paced that like, I'm done reading it in like 3 minutes. It's a nothing book, and I'll put it slightly above the average of 5 because it's not doing anything I dislike. Like that, I know that doesn't make much sense, and that like a dislike would bring it to an average, but like, it's just so mediocre, but it's still at least doing things that are entertaining. So yeah, 5.5 with all that rambling.